Today I'm going to show you how to draw the Bride of Frankenstein with coloring pencils. This is an easy beginner drawing lesson for kids of all ages, so let's begin. Hi everyone! Welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Halloween Party, we draw and paint and create everything that has to do with this spooky season of Halloween. So let's begin. This is what you'll need for today's drawing. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. It's 9 inches by 12 inches across. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser, and I have my paintbrush here that I use to dust my page off if I need to. For color, today we're just going to use a nice bright green and black. And as usual, I have my fine tip black marker here for outlining. That's optional. You can always use your black if you want to outline. So why don't I clear off my page and we can begin. We just dust eraser bits off there. Let's draw the Bride of Frankenstein. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is draw her head. So let's draw a circle. Some kind of circle. Mine's a little lopsided, but that's okay. And now we're going to draw her hair. So watch how I do this. Her hair, she's got big hair. Kind of comes up like this, a little curvy. And at the top, and then down on the side, like that. My dog is next to me. You may have heard him sneezing. He sneezed a little bit. And here what I'm going to do is her hair doesn't just sit on top of her head like that. So I'm going to put a squiggly line like this. And that's going to be the bottom part of her hair, kind of like her bangs. So you see this line here? Let's go ahead and erase that line right away, just so it doesn't get confusing. And if your pencil line shows a little bit, don't worry, because we're coloring her hair in black, so it's gonna cover it. So let me just fix that here, because I erased a little bit of her hair. Now she's got those two kind of lightning bolts in her hair, okay? So watch what I'm doing here. I'm doing little jagged lines, and it goes all the way up to the top, and I'm going to make that solid jagged lines like this. You see? And then we're going to meet it at the top. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side if I can. Let's see. I'll start from the top. This might be easier for me. And I'm just going to copy what I did here. To a point, and then make it a solid lightning bolt. And make it join at the top. Okay, so those are the two lightning strikes in her hair. Now what we'll do is we'll just put some eyes in. She's got big oval eyes. I love those oval eyes. And we're going to put a little oval at the bottom here, just like that. And we'll add a little bit of detail later. We can put her, well, we'll add her smile later, actually. What we'll do right away is we'll start coloring. Now I'm going to start with my green, and her face is green. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. I wanted to give her a neck. Just two little lines like that to show her neck. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to color in her neck and her face green, except for her eyes. Try not to get any green into her eyes. And if you're using a coloring pencil, I want you to turn your pencil once in a while so you don't wear it all down on one side, okay? And don't press down too hard. You don't need to. We're going to color this in a couple of times. That's called layering. And if you watch my videos, you know that that means layering. That's why we don't press down hard, because we're going to add layers. Now I'm just going to be really careful here around her eyes. I'm turning my pencil. There we go. If you want more spooky drawings, I have a playlist called Halloween Party. And there are some other videos in there too if you want to take a look. Some fun Halloween drawings to do. So I'm going to do her neck too. Turning my pencil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this in a second time. I'm adding a second layer of green, okay? That's all it means. A layer just means you're coloring it in a second time. That's why we don't press down hard, because to get the color that we want, we add layers. Now if you wanted to add a third layer, color it in a third time, you could do that as well. I might do that. I'm going to see what it looks like with 2 layers before I make that decision. But you can see the difference between 1 layer and 2 layers, right? The color is much more vibrant when you add layers. Turn your pencil. So this is the Bride of Frankenstein, and last Halloween I drew the Frankenstein's monster, so that's in the Halloween playlist. I'm going to just put in a quick third layer just to make sure I've got a nice bright green here. In case, you know, sometimes parts of the page shows through. I want her face to be really, really green. And I'm turning my pencil. I love October. I love Halloween. I always say I'm a Halloweenie because I love everything about Halloween. So much fun. And I'll give a third layer. I'll add a third layer to her neck here. All right. So that's a nice green. How is yours looking? Now I'm going to take my black and I'm going to color in her hair, except for those lightning bolts. I want those to stay white. And the same thing applies here. Turn your pencil once in a while. And don't press down too hard because we're going to add another layer of black. And when we have dark colors like black and brown, we're not adding layers to make it bright like the green. We're adding layers to make it darker. You'll see the difference. So let's just really be careful not to get any black into those lightning bolts. And if you wanted to, you could make the lightning bolts yellow. I just wanted to make them white today. And I'm going to be really careful not to get any black into the green, okay? We're using a lot of black today, so don't forget to turn your pencil. And if you need to, you can stop the video if you need to sharpen your pencil, okay? You can also do this with markers. I think it would look really neat with markers, especially if you have a nice bright green. Now I'm going to be careful around this lightning bolt too. Let me get the top of her head. Not her head, her hair. She kind of has Marge Simpson's hair, if you know that cartoon, The Simpsons. She kind of has that hair, that tall hair. Don't forget to turn your pencil. And just like the green, you don't have to press down because remember, we're going to add layers. This is looking really cute. All right, how are you guys doing? Are you having fun? I'm having fun. I always have fun when I'm doing fun, spooky October Halloween drawings. Okay, so my first layer is done. I'm going to go ahead and put in a second layer of black. And I'm going to see what it looks like after 2 layers because I want the hair to be very, very dark. Just starting with the top. And I'm sure you can see already the difference between 1 layer and 2, right? Don't forget to turn your pencil. And you know, there's another reason why we don't press down hard. These pencils are they're made with wax in them. If you rub your finger across, sometimes you can feel it. It feels a little bit of wax. You know, it feels waxy. And if you press down too hard, you're applying heavier layers of wax onto your paper. And sometimes if there's too much wax, you can't add any more color. You kind of damage your paper a little bit if you press down too hard. So just be careful with that. All right, again, I'm going to be careful here. I don't want any of that black into the lightning bolts. And I'm turning my pencil. I think 2 layers is going to be fine. I think it looks really cool. That hair. I always wondered why she had lightning bolts in her hair. I don't think I know the answer to that question. I've seen a lot of movies with the Bride of Frankenstein, but I don't think they ever explained why her hair had lightning bolts in them. All right, I'm finishing off this side here. Turning my pencil. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I think 2 layers is going to be enough. For me anyway. You might choose to do 3, or you may have stopped at 1. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Okay, so why don't we outline and then add some detail. So I'm going to outline the lightning bolts. Hold on, there's a little dust there. I'm going to outline the lightning bolts because I want those to really stand out. And I'm going to take my time. And like I said, you don't have to outline. I just think it looks really, really nice. And if you don't have a fine liner marker like mine, you could use your black pencil. I don't know if that would show up against the black, but you could try. Or if you have some other kind of marker, you could try that too. Just make sure it's not a thick marker because you don't want to lose those streaks. There we go. That looks really cute. Now I'm going to outline her eyes. And the pupils. And I'm going to color in her pupils, these two, okay? I'm coloring in that black with my marker. Or you could use your black coloring pencil to color that in if you want. There's one. Let me do the other one here. There we go. Now let's add some detail. First, I'm going to give her some eyelashes because she is a she. There we go. And I'm going to give her a big smile. And we want to give her some cheeks. So the way you give the illusion of cheeks is that you put a little semicircle at the edge of each side of the mouth like that. So it looks like she's got little chubby cheeks there. Now, she is a monster and she has scars on her from when she was sewn together. So we're going to give her some scars. I'm going to give her one coming out of the side here. And then I put some lines like that. All right. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to outline her head and her neck. I think that'll look better. Yeah, I like that. All right, and I'm going to add a scar over here, coming out of her hair. Just a little kind of squiggly line. And we put little lines through it. It makes it look like she was sewn together. And she's got one in her neck too. So we've got a little scar coming out of her neck here. And I'm going to give her some eyebrows, actually, just a few tiny little eyebrows on the top. And on the side of her neck here, we'll give her some plugs and color that in. Do you see what I'm doing there? Frankenstein, the monster, had these, so I'm giving her some too. Just two little lines like that. And the end of the plug here. I'm not sure what they're for, but I think she needs a couple of those. Now what I want to do is I just want to take my black pencil again, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hair coming out like this. See, I just did that just to make it look a little interesting. And that, my friends, is our Bride of Frankenstein. I'm going to sign my work. I want you to sign your work. I want you to be very, very proud of the work of art that you've just created. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends. It was a lot of fun. And we'll see you next time on Halloween Party. Thanks for watching. Bye.